Hi, so we're in the 2017 Ford Fusion Hybrid, and we're going to show you some of the interesting features that are on this. Now, first of all, since it's partially electric and it's a hybrid, sometimes you can't tell whether the car's actually on or not. In this case, you notice the dashboard just went off. But when it was on, one of the things that you see is even when I push the brake down, if I try and turn the knob here to move from park to reverse, you'll notice it's locked. It will not move. Now, as soon as I turn it on by pushing the starting key, you'll notice the dashboard changes a little bit, and it says we're ready to drive. We can push OK. Is now ready to move into reverse. Simply as turning it one click will get you right into reverse, and off you go. It's a really nice rear view screen, as you can tell. It tells you that where you're going as you turn, so you can get some idea of how far your turning will take you, either into a parking spot or in this case into the street as I back up. It also has the complete sensor surround, so you'll know if you're getting close to something. It'll start beeping at different things. It's very quiet when you first start going, since the electric is the main drivetrain as you're going. But if you give it some acceleration as you start to go, you'll notice that you'll hear the gas engine kick in very, very loudly. So you can hear the gas engine pick up, which gives you some interesting acceleration right away. I know from driving other electric cars that you have some really nice acceleration in the car as you're driving along, and you can see there that it actually shows you on screen, if you'd like to see where the drivetrain is coming from and how the electricity and or gas engine are moving along. One of the other things you'll notice in the dash area is that as you take your foot off the gas pedal, you'll notice right by the battery that starts doing that little whirring thing, and that's showing that it's regenerating energy to the battery as you drive. So as I step on the gas again, and now as I put on the brake, I get the same effect. All right, so one of the interesting safety features you'll see is it tells you when you are in your lane properly by staying within the lines. That only turns on when you go over 40 miles an hour, and you can see right now that I am right in between the lanes like I'm supposed to be. Now I'm going to intentionally swerve a little bit out of my lane here in just a second to show you what it does. But what it's going to do is it's going to tell me that I'm with a red line, that I'm not in my lane. Oh, and you'll also feel on the right side a series of bumps on the I felt it in the steering wheel. I also felt it in my leg. So it actually physically tells you, hey, you're shifting too far to the right, or you're too far to the left. You have to move yourself back into the lane again. So really interesting feature if you're on the highway or you're on a road like this and you're not quite paying attention completely. This will help you stay within your lane and avoiding accidents. Okay, so this is a view of the center console of the car, and you'll see it's actually a very big, nice area. You have a really nice screen here, and what you're seeing on the screen is actually a view of the Apple CarPlay menu that you get when you plug in your iPhone directly into the car. This also works for Android devices, so they have the Android version of this as well. In the center, in the little well area here, there's a nice USB port that you can use for charging, as well as a car lighter, cigarette lighter port that you can plug in as well. But in this case, as soon as I plug in my phone to the USB app, it automatically connects my phone and the CarPlay app. And so if I wanted to make a phone call, just hit that.
I can make a call for you or play your voicemail. Which would you like?
And neither, thank you. And in this case, what you see is the voice operated access to this, which is really helpful as you're driving, so you don't have to keep looking down at your phone. You can do everything by voice and using the buttons on the steering wheel itself. So if I wanted to call someone who had recently called me, or use my contacts, I can go through and do that. In this case, you can see the sound menus on here. You can obviously, there's a great feature to change the climate. You also have climate control buttons down here, so you can turn on your climate control using this power button. And if you want to do it auto, you can just literally use the temperature buttons to go make it cooler or hotter. Seat heaters are on here. You have your rear defrost right there, and you can change your fan as well. Your audio buttons are located in a great spot. They're very easy to use. If you want to turn up the volume, it really goes up very easily, as well as you can tune very simply from that. In this case, you know, you can change your sources to XM Sirius, pick some channels that you want to do. You can also do that on the steering wheel itself. So you have these forward and backward buttons that take you from different ones, and you can increase your volume. Do it that way. So, you know, great control for the driver to be able to control everything, whether it's your phone or your music you're listening to. If you want to go back to the Apple Play menu, so for example, if you want to use the maps on here, you can actually use the Apple CarPlay menu to navigate you to different places. So if you're a podcaster or an audiobook listener, you know, this is a great way to be able to listen to your things while you're on long drives. I probably don't have too many. If you want to do your text messages as well, you can listen to your text messages in the car, and so that, you know, again, everything is well laid out. The other thing I like about this is there's not too many buttons. Sometimes what you see is you get this overabundance of buttons in your vehicle, and so until you spend hours and hours and hours going through and trying to figure out what things are and how they work, you can never quite understand everything. I think the setup, you know, the lack of too many buttons is actually a really great feature for the driver,